Assalamualaikum. My name is Ahmad Aikal bin Jamal Rasih. My matric class number is 01 DPM 18F 2014. Today I will explain about the purpose and the research questions. Let's get into the purpose. The purpose is to investigate the impacts of MCO to DPM4 students studies at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. Second, to identify the challenges faced by DPM4 students in their studies during MCO period. Third, to propose ways to solve these problems. Okay, let's jump into the research question. Okay, the first one, what are the impacts of MCO on DPM4 students studies at Ungku Omar Polytechnic? Second, what are the challenges faced by DPM4 students in their studies at Ungku Omar Polytechnic during MCO period? Third, last but not least, how's the problem be solved?
Hello, my name is Muhammad Adam Razwari. My matric number is 01 DPNF 2025. So now we continue about the methodology. The first one is instrument, which is the questionnaire. The second one is population size, which is 24 number of respondents. And the last one is demography, which is 70 number of male and 70 number of female students. Now I will continue with question number 1, which is about the student gender. The bar graph shows the number of male and female respondents from DPM4. The vertical axis from the graph represent the number of respondents, and the horizontal represent the student gender. Based on the graph, number of respondents of male and female remain the same, which is 17 male and 17 female, which is 50% of each gender.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Zulhilmi bin Abdul Rahman. My matric number is 01 DPM 18F2010. Today I am representing the pie chart and the bar graph about our survey. Okay, let's go to the question number 2. The pie chart shows where do the DPM4 students stay during the MCO or movement control order periods while still attending the classes at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. The segment represents 3 options, which is first, the rental house, second is the new hostel, and the third one is the third one is own house. Based on the pie chart, it can be seen that 41.2% of the respondents voted staying at the rental house during the MCO periods while still attending the classes at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. Moreover, 32.4% of the respondents staying at their own house, followed by 26.5% of the respondents recorded staying at the new hostel of Ungku Omar Polytechnic. Therefore, it can be concluded that most of the respondents voted rental house as their place to stay during the MCO or movement control order periods while still attending the classes at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. Thank you.
Jamal Nasir. My matric class number 01 DPM 18F 2014. Today I am presenting about the graph and pie charts about the surveys. Okay, let's get into it. The bar graph shows the challenges faced by DPM4 students in their studies at Ungku Omar Polytechnic during movement control order. The vertical axis represents the number of students, while the horizontal axis presents the problems. Based on the graph, it can be seen internet connections was the highest problems faced by DPM4 students with 76.5%. Almost 3/4 or 73.5% of the challenges was hard to understand, while 19 respondents out of 34 stated that they have a noise background. Half of the respondents challenged are their own phone or laptops problems. 47.1% or 19 respondents are lack of motivations, while almost a third or 32.4% of respondents' problems faced by DPM4 students are worklessness. As seen in the graph, almost a half or a 44.1% were lack of interactions was the challenge faced by them. Last but not least, distractions and time management problem was recorded with 41.2% of respondents. Let's get into the pie charts. The pie chart shows that the online learning during movement control order period caused DPM4 students become stressful. The segments represent yes or no. Based on the pie chart, it can be seen over 3/4 or 76.5% of the respondents vote yes with this statement, while the remaining recorded almost a fourth or 23.5% of respondents vote no. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Umar bin Muhammad Roli. My metric number is 01 DPM 18F2034. I will explain about question 5 and 6. So question number 5 is analysis based on pie chart. How movement control order give many bad impact to your study at Polytechnic Ungku Omar. Okay, so the statement represent strongly agree, disagree, and strongly disagree. Based on a pie chart, we can see less than half or 44.10% choose agree, and 29.40% choose strongly agree, and 20.60% choose disagree, and the rest choose strongly disagree with 5.90%. Therefore, it can be concluded that most of the respondents in DPM4 choose agree and strongly agree. That movement control order give many bad impact to their study at Polytechnic Ungku Omar. Okay, next I will explain about the question number 6. Question number 6 is analysis based on bar graph. Show the movement control order has interrupted DPM4 students' daily lifestyle and activities at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. The axis show the number of students, while the y-axis show the number 1 is strongly agree, number 2 is agree, number 3 is disagree, and number 4 is strongly disagree. Okay, let's see the first bar show you 9 students or 26.5% choose strongly agree, while the second bar show you the most peak with 13 students or 38.2% was peak agree, and 11 students or 32.4% students should disagree, and the last bar only 1 student or 2.9% choose strongly disagree. So the conclusion is the highest respondent choose agree because movement control order was interrupt their lifetime activities at Ungku Omar Polytechnic. That's all. Thank you.
So now I would like to explain about the question number 7. So the pie chart shows the respondent opinion about the statement a lot of distraction faced by DPM4 through online classes during MCO. The segment represents strongly agree, strongly disagree, and disagree. So based on the pie chart, it can be seen that half of the respondents, which is 50%, agree with the statement, and another 29.4% is strongly agree. This means that 79.6% of the respondents agree with the statement. On the other hand, only 17.6% disagree with the statement. Therefore, it can be concluded that half of the respondents agree that there are a lot of friction during online classes during MCO.
Hi, I will continue to the question number 8, which is in the bar graph form. The bar graph shows the online learning classes have proved to be effective and efficient during movement control order or MCO to the DPM4 students. The vertical axis represents the number of students, while the horizontal axis represents 4 options, which is number 1 is strongly agree, number 2 is agree, number 3 is disagree, and lastly, number 4 is strongly disagree. Based on the graph, it can be seen that 5 students or 14.7% of respondents are strongly agree with this statement. Moreover, the highest score is 61.8% or 21 out of 37 students of DPM4 students choose agree with the online learning classes have proved to be effective and efficient during movement control order or MCO to DPM4 students. Therefore, 3 students or 8.8% of respondents are disagree with this statement, followed by 14.7% of 5 students stick with strongly disagree with the online learning classes have proved to be effective and efficient during movement control order or MCO to the DPM4 student. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Al-Shafirin bin Murazid. My metric number is 01 DPM18 F2038. Okay, today I would like to present about the pie chart and the bar chart for about our survey. Okay, for the number 9 and 10, for number 9, I would like to present that the government limits the number of students to attend physical classes in the campus at one time is the best effective ways for the DPM4 student during movement control order MCO period. Okay. Okay, as we can see at the pie chart, 35.30% respondent agreed as the government take the action to limit the number of students to attend the physical classes. Okay, next, about 35.30% respondent agree that government limits the number of students to attend the physical classes in the campus at one time. Okay, another is uh, next is disagree for about 17.60 respondent disagree for this action taken by the government, and the last one is strongly disagree. Strongly disagree, the percentage is about 11.80%. Okay, next is number 10. The majority of the respondents choose number 2, that agree that Ungku Omar Polytechnic enforce the best standard operating procedure SOP for DPM4 students during movement control order MCO period. Next, as we can see that 7 respondents that be 20.6% respondent strongly agree that Ungku Omar Polytechnic enforce the best standard operating procedure SOP for DPM4 students during MCO period. The last one is about 5 respondents for 14.7% disagree that Ungku Omar Polytechnic enforce the best standard standard operating procedure SOP for DPM4 students during movement control order MCO period. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, in the conclusion, well, as you can see, the most of DPM4 students, or 41.2% of respondents, stay at rental house, which is mostly in Taman Chempaka, that's near to the Ungku Omar Polytechnic. It will cause a bigger challenge to the student, which is the internet connection problem, as it is the highest score by students at 76.5%, or 26 students out of 37 students of DPM4 class. This is because most students don't have a better internet sources like Wi-Fi and other internet modem. The main factor that influence students staying at rental house is the access to Taman Chempaka shops. It's very easy and near. Therefore, it's quite freedom in movement, especially at night, compared to the new hostel which has their rules and regulation. Thank you. Okay, last but not least, we go to the recommendation of our topics. First, the DPM4 students should take more responsibility on their safety and healthy in this period of time. The movement control order, or MCO, not a minor thing that happen to us that we can take easy on it nowadays. Secondly, the lecturer of Ungku Omar Polytechnic can give various type of online or offline platform to their students on online learning process while the movement control order take place. The third one is Ungku Omar Polytechnic can provide a good and appropriate equipment on virus prevention at suitable place around this college. Thank you.